Howdy, my name is Nathaniel Carr, and I don't think what I'm about to say is grossly unique or surprising, but the most impactful people that I have met in my life have been teachers and professors. Now, there are two that stick out to me, one from my time in high school and the other I met while I was still a freshman in college. And since this is going to be published, I'm going to keep their identities a secret. I won't reference them by name, but they know who they are. Now, high school was a very difficult time for me. When I lacked a sense of self and drive, he taught me how to learn, and by proxy, gave me the drive to seek out new, challenging learning opportunities. And the professor I met in college, well, he made me want to teach, to spread knowledge, to widen people's views if they were looking too narrowly forward. Presently, I already am in a great position, one where I'm able to do a little bit of what I was already inspired to. I work for a company that specializes in computer-based trainings and compliance education. I'm a graphic designer, so I plan out and create visuals to aid in the comprehension of what can be very complex and detail-oriented procedures. Oftentimes, the learners of these courses that we create are put in life-or-death situations, so their understanding is imperative, especially in the context of the company that I work for's mission statement, which is just trying to make the world that we work in a safer place. Now, with my current position, I'm not totally satisfied with that. Not to say that I don't love what I do, but I want to go further. I want to have a bigger hand in all of this. Now, I have knowledge in the interactive media design and development aspect of things, as well as an understanding of the very complex psychological aspects of what is mediated communication and communication theory. I would like to blend these. The avenues of virtual reality and augmented reality have already started to, penetrate into what has been my job in the company that I work for, but I don't want to sit idly by and just watch it happen. I want to propel that forward. Now, that would just be my short-term goal, but where I see a master's in communications really being employed is as a professor. Much later in my life, most likely, but I'd be doing what all great professors do, which is teaching the next generation of philosophers and scholars. When I'm at that point as a professor, I would be able to share the answers then for the questions I have now. We are encased in an interwoven mesh of technology, and that is why the technologically influenced aspects of communication are what intrigue me most. Examples of questions that I have regarding today's state of affairs would be, how will this persistent supply chains with computer chips affect the trained sense of satisfaction that people crave? Or how do certain pieces of media challenge commonplace values? My generation and the following subsequent generations have had and always will have the third screen as an influencing factor in adolescent development, and has already led to an observably stark line being drawn across generations. So how will generations continue to be affected by and adapt to technological change? Building off of that, in regard to what is yet to be seen, my curiosities of the future as they would be, I'm curious what dominoes will continue to fall. How will what is to come impact societal communication? In the age of technology, everything rises exponentially. What implications does this have not only for individual users of today, but those in the future, people who will not be able to remember a time when it was absent? These are the questions that I want answers to. Due to this innate interconnectivity of discourse today, there is an infinite, ever-growing pool of artifacts and stills worth sorting through. Communication to me is both a psychological and sociological field of study, and this is the scope I prefer to approach research matters that are intriguing to me. Because of this, Dr. Patrick Burkhart, Dr. Heidi Campbell, and Dr. Antonio Lapastina, and though he is not a graduate faculty member, Dr. Michael Rold are all figures that I have a deep level of respect for, and I would be privileged to collaborate with them. That is all from me. Thank you. My name is Nathaniel Carr. Have a nice day.